2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That is all it takes to significantly lower the blood sugar spike from the bread, the toast, the oatmeal, or the fruit you eat with it at breakfast, not reduce it slightly, significantly. A 2018 pilot study found that adding just 2 tablespoons of peanut butter to white bread and apple juice produced a significantly lower glucose spike compared to eating the same bread and juice without it. The exact breakfast combination that millions of Americans with type 2 diabetes eat every morning, thinking they're being careful, is dramatically improved by 2 tablespoons of something most of them already have in the pantry. The glycemic index of natural peanut butter is 14. Pure glucose is 100. White bread is 75. The food most people with diabetes are afraid of because it sounds indulgent has one of the lowest glycemic indexes of any food that exists. But here is the problem. Most peanut butter sold in American grocery stores is not the product that delivers those benefits. And the difference between the jar that protects your blood sugar and the jar that quietly works against it is written on the label in plain sight. Almost nobody reads it correctly. I'm Dr. Sarah Walker. Did you know that only 1% of people who watch this video subscribe to the channel? If this is helping you, hit subscribe right now. Free, and it makes sure YouTube keeps showing you content like this. Before we continue, if your morning right now includes Jif or Skippy on toast with a glass of OJ, you are getting a fraction of the protection you could be getting from the exact same breakfast with one label swap. The morning glucose protocol covers this in the first 4 hours menu and the hidden sugar map. The link is in the pinned comment below. The usual reminder, everything here complements your medical treatment, never replaces it. Now, everything a diabetic needs to know about peanut butter. The mechanism that makes peanut butter so effective for blood sugar starts with 3 simultaneous actions that happen within minutes of eating it. First, the protein, 7 grams per 2 tablespoon serving, stimulates GLP-1, the same hormone that semaglutide mimics. GLP-1 slows gastric emptying, which means any carbohydrate you eat with or after peanut butter reaches the small intestine more slowly and produces a flatter glucose curve. Second, the monounsaturated fat in peanut butter, which makes up the majority of its fat content, further slows gastric emptying and improves cell membrane fluidity, which enhances insulin receptor responsiveness. Third, the magnesium. Peanut butter contains 12% of the daily recommended magnesium intake per serving. As we discussed in the nuts video on this channel, a meta-analysis of prospective cohort studies published in Diabetes Care found that adequate magnesium intake reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes and improves blood sugar control in those who already have it. A randomized crossover clinical trial published in the British Journal of Nutrition tested peanut butter specifically in obese women at high risk for type 2 diabetes. The women ate peanut butter as part of a carbohydrate-matched breakfast. The result? Peanut butter at breakfast increased GLP-1, PYY, and CCK simultaneously, 3 separate gut hormones that signal fullness and regulate blood sugar, while reducing the desire to eat at lunch. The women who had peanut butter at breakfast ate significantly less at their next meal. The blood sugar protection extended not just to the breakfast itself, but to the second meal of the day. That second meal effect is documented, and it means that 2 tablespoons of peanut butter at breakfast is still influencing your blood sugar at noon. Now, the label problem. Because this is where most people with diabetes get this completely wrong. Jif Creamy, Skippy Creamy, and Peter Pan, the 3 most popular peanut butter brands in America, all contain added sugar and fully hydrogenated vegetable oil. Jif lists sugar as its 3rd ingredient and partially hydrogenated rapeseed and soybean oil as its 4th. Skippy contains sugar and hydrogenated vegetable oil. These additions serve one purpose: shelf stability and a texture that stays smooth without stirring. They have nothing to do with nutrition. And from a blood sugar perspective, the added sugar adds glycemic impact, and the hydrogenated oil adds trans fat that has documented pro-inflammatory effects that worsen insulin resistance over time. The product that delivers the GI of 14, the GLP-1 stimulation, and the magnesium benefit has exactly 2 ingredients: peanuts and salt. That is it. If there is anything else on the ingredient list, it is not the product that was studied. Natural peanut butter, where the oil separates and you have to stir it before using, is the only version that delivers the documented blood sugar benefits. The oil separation is not a flaw. It is proof that no hydrogenated oil was added to prevent it. The brands that meet this standard and are available at Walmart, Aldi, Costco, and Trader Joe's: Kirkland Signature Organic Creamy Peanut Butter at Costco, 2 ingredients only. Trader Joe's Creamy Salted Peanut Butter, 2 ingredients only. Great Value Natural Peanut Butter at Walmart, 2 ingredients only. Smucker's Natural Peanut Butter, available everywhere, 2 ingredients only. All of these are at the same price or lower than Jif and Skippy. The product that protects your blood sugar does not cost more. It just requires reading one line on the back of the jar. The second thing most people get wrong about peanut butter and diabetes is the timing. Research shows that eating peanuts or peanut butter at breakfast specifically produces the second meal effect we mentioned, where the blood sugar protection extends to the lunch meal. Eating peanut butter as a mid-afternoon snack, which is how most Americans consume it, still delivers some benefit but misses the second meal protection window. For maximum blood sugar benefit, peanut butter belongs at breakfast as one of the first foods you eat in the morning, before or alongside any carbohydrate in that first meal. 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter on a slice of whole grain rye bread, eaten alongside 2 eggs before your coffee. That combination covers protein from eggs and peanut butter, GLP-1 stimulation from both sources, monounsaturated fat from the peanut butter, magnesium from the peanut butter, fiber from the rye bread, and the second meal blood sugar protection that extends to whatever you eat at noon. It is available at Walmart for under $8 total for a week of breakfasts. No specialty store, no expensive ingredients, no complicated preparation. Stir, spread, eat. And here, I want to be direct with you. Knowing that natural peanut butter has a GI of 14 and that Jif has added sugar is information. What changes your morning blood sugar pattern is having a complete first 4 hours routine already built around that knowledge. Not just the peanut butter decision, but what you put it on, what you drink alongside it, what you eat before it, and what you replace it with when you're out of the house. That is what the morning glucose protocol delivers. The coffee chapter, the first 4 hours menu, and the hidden sugar map that shows you every product in your current morning routine that is quietly working against your blood sugar, including the peanut butter brands that look healthy but aren't. It costs less than a single doctor's visit, no subscription, lifetime access, and if it doesn't deliver, there is a guarantee. The link is in the pinned comment below this video. The third mistake: portion size. 2 tablespoons is 190 calories. Most people who eat peanut butter from the jar with a spoon or spread it generously on multiple slices of toast are consuming 4 to 6 tablespoons without realizing it. At 6 tablespoons, you have 570 calories and 24 grams of fat from a single condiment. The blood sugar benefit of peanut butter exists at 2 tablespoons. Beyond that, the caloric density begins to create its own metabolic challenges, particularly for people with type 2 diabetes who are also managing weight. 2 tablespoons, measured. Not estimated from the jar. The fourth thing worth knowing: peanut butter paired with high glycemic foods dramatically reduces their blood sugar impact. A 2018 study found that pairing 2 tablespoons with white bread and apple juice, 2 of the highest glycemic foods most people eat, significantly reduced the glucose spike from those foods. This means peanut butter functions as a glycemic buffer when paired with carbohydrates. Adding a tablespoon of natural peanut butter to oatmeal, spreading it on a banana, or stirring it into a smoothie with fruit reduces the overall glycemic impact of those foods in a measurable way. The peanut butter slows the absorption of the carbohydrate it is paired with. It does not eliminate the impact. It meaningfully blunts it. To summarize everything, natural peanut butter with 2 ingredients only, peanuts and salt, has a glycemic index of 14. It stimulates GLP-1, PYY, and CCK simultaneously at breakfast. It delivers magnesium that directly improves insulin sensitivity. It produces a second meal blood sugar protection effect that extends to lunch when eaten at breakfast. It functions as a glycemic buffer when paired with high glycemic foods. 2 tablespoons is the evidence-based dose. Timing at breakfast produces the most benefit, and the brands that deliver all of this are cheaper than Jif and available at Walmart, Costco, Aldi, and Trader Joe's right now. The most important action you can take after watching this video: go to your pantry, find your peanut butter, turn it around, and read the ingredient list. If there are more than 2 ingredients, you are using the wrong product. Replace it with Smucker's Natural, Great Value Natural, or Kirkland Organic on your next grocery run. That one label swap, costing the same money or less, is the difference between the peanut butter that works for your blood sugar and the one that quietly works against it. Comment below, what peanut butter brand do you currently use, and does it have more than 2 ingredients? Tell me. That answer tells me everything about whether peanut butter is actually helping your blood sugar right now. Share this video with someone who eats Jif or Skippy every morning thinking they're making a healthy choice. They deserve to know what the label is actually saying. You know that less than 1% of people who watch our videos subscribe to the channel? If this made a difference today, hit subscribe, free, and it keeps this information coming every week. I'm Dr. Sarah Walker, and remember, it was never the peanut butter. It was what was in the peanut butter. See you in the next video. One more thought that is worth adding because it directly addresses the question I get most often about peanut butter and diabetes. What about peanut butter powder, also known as PB2 or powdered peanut butter? These products remove most of the fat from peanuts through pressing and sell the remaining powder as a lower-calorie alternative. The glycemic index of peanut butter powder is similar to natural peanut butter at approximately 14 to 20. But by removing the fat, these products also remove the primary mechanism by which peanut butter slows gastric emptying and buffers the glucose spike from carbohydrates it is paired with. The monounsaturated fat is not incidental to the blood sugar benefit, it is central to it. Peanut butter powder has its place as a flavoring agent in smoothies or recipes where you want peanut flavor without the fat calories. But as a blood sugar management tool, natural peanut butter with its fat intact is the version with the documented clinical evidence. The fat in peanut butter is the mechanism, not the problem. And for those who are allergic to peanuts, almond butter is the closest functional substitute with a similar glycemic index of approximately 25, similar protein and fat content, and similar effects on GLP-1 and gastric emptying. Sunflower seed butter is a peanut-free option with a glycemic index under 40 and meaningful protein and fat content. Both are available at Walmart and most grocery stores, and both can substitute for peanut butter in every application we discussed today: the breakfast spread, the pairing with fruit, the smoothie edition, and the pre-meal glycemic buffer. The 2-ingredient rule applies equally: sunflower seed butter or almond butter with only seeds or nuts and salt as ingredients is the version that delivers the benefit. Any version with added sugar, palm oil, or hydrogenated oil is not. The bottom line on peanut butter and diabetes is simpler than most people expect. A real food with 2 ingredients, eaten at breakfast in a measured 2-tablespoon portion, paired with a lower glycemic carbohydrate like rye bread or oatmeal, produces measurable blood sugar benefits that extend to your next meal. It costs under $4 per week at any American grocery store. It requires 0 cooking. And it has more published clinical evidence for blood sugar management than most of the expensive supplements and specialty products marketed to people with type 2